Alright, welcome back everyone. Zaf here. There are two terrible features in this game right now that I've been complaining about for months and months on end, and that is the Rune and Blessing Stone crafting and fusion system. As you know, I'm actually one of the few creators that owns my own pay-to-win account right here, so I spend money to provide content to you, so I know the struggles of pay-to-win players all too well, but this is no longer a pay-to-win issue. Light spenders and even late-stage free-to-play players are experiencing this now, where getting duplicate runes and blessing stones is destroying your essence reserves. Not once have I used my essence on anything other than crafting my duplicate runes and blessing stones, and in the comments let me know too if you're starting to hate this feature as well. That way we can build up potentially some traction and hopefully have this terrible feature change. And as you saw there, my legendary crafting, oh my gosh, for my runes, I just failed 14, no wait, I just failed 15 times in a row. As you see there, success rate 30%, that means I failed 15 straight. What an awful system. Could you imagine being a light spender, being free to play, and losing 45 heroic runes right off the bat? Yeah, that's not a good time. That's so demoralizing, and I don't want you to experience that too. Trust me, when I saw that, I just wanted to break my monitor. What a terrible sight. Netmarble, this has to change where you jump in, spend 4,000 essence potentially, not even get a single brand new rune. In this case, I was lucky. We got one brand new one. What are the odds? But I see people out there getting the same runes back to back to back or blessing stones and not getting a new one and just burning their essence. I want this feature changed and I want our essence stones refunded. It's a horrible system. We have to talk about how the devs can change this system right here, that being fusing up towards a legendary rune or blessing stone. This feature is just terrible, like absolutely terrible. First of all, the 15 failures needs to change. That's way too much. On the high end, it should be 10, and on the proper end, it should be around 5, or I would say 7.5, but 5 is more proper. That way, people can actually get brand new runes and blessing stones, because there's a huge problem right now if you're in the same position as me, where if you go to my runes right here, you can see, let's go to runes. I have a lot of legendaries right now. Close to all my skills are capped out with legendaries. That means for the ones I'm missing, so in this case for cards, I'm missing that one, I will probably never, ever unlock it. It's honestly close to impossible. It's a 1% chance, meaning I have to keep crafting them over and over again. So a lot of you that are missing the magnifying slashes on extreme, you will probably never get it. If you have a ton of legendary runes right now, odds are it'll never, ever come your way. And that's just the reality of it, unless you have a ton of essence, which most of us don't. The same thing goes for blessing stones. Right now I'm missing one blessing stone, dabbing into it, and I don't think I'll ever pull it. It's probably not going to be possible. It'll never come my way. Same with this one here, which is fine. But odds are getting the blessing stone or rune you want is it's going to be a tough journey. So how can the devs change the system? I know Payne did a video on this earlier today, but I thought he was being way too nice. When it comes to this, right, the crafting, the fusion is fine. They should just reduce the pity number from 15 to 5 to 10, somewhere along that range. If it's like 3, that's way too low in my opinion. We should still work towards it. There should still be an RG element, but not at 15. Are you kidding me? But when it comes to crafting, if we jump into the rate info for blessing stones, obviously rates aren't terrible, but they're not good, 3%. But runes, that's where things get really disgusting. 1.67% to get the rune you want. Yeah, good luck, buddy. So there needs to be something similar to what we have right now, that being a rate up list. So you can go ahead and put up maybe 3 runes you really want on a list, and every single time you craft it and you don't get them, that rate should increase by 5 to 10%. And I would say up to a max 5 times. So once you fail it 5 times, you're guaranteed 1 from your rate up list. That's a very fair system, because I hate to break it to you, the devs are planning to potentially add in a brand new rarity when it comes to our runes. So yeah, good luck. If the system doesn't change, we are cooked. And I mean unbelievably cooked. So I do think the devs either have to change how the rate system works, or reduce the cost from 1,000 to 250 to 300 essence. That's more fair. At that point, if you're a whale, you can max out all your runes and blessing stones. But if you aren't a whale, that's still fine. At a cost of 250 to 300, you know what? That's affordable enough. Odds are if you're free to play, you're not going to have all the runes. So if you get a dupe, so on the offhand, you get some legendaries you already have dupe stuff. It only costs you a marginal amount compared to the insane 1,000 costs for summons to just get something you probably don't need. Yeah, that's what I call BS. So this system needs to change ASAP. I can't even think about how much essence I've lost doing this. I would say I've probably spent close to every single login award we've ever gotten, every single mission award, every single whatever award out there. So that's hundreds of thousands of essence. Think about it. If you're free to play, think about all the summons you've done on rated banners using your essence. I've never done that. Obviously, I'm pay to win, but I've never done that because I've used up all my essence towards these features. Could you imagine once you're in my place, you will never do another summon on your account. All you'll be doing is crafting your runes, crafting your blessing stones. And I remember way back when people were like, oh, Zap, that's a whale issue. Only whales are complaining. Yeah, well, now everyone is complaining. I guess you could say I predicted the very obvious future where none of us are going to be a fan of this terrible, terrible system that needs revamping ASAP. I mean, before it wasn't too bad. Once they introduced those QT runes, it was just game over. I mean, getting a rune you want, yeah, good luck. And all those crappy defensive blessing stones we have, yes, a lot of them just suck. Some of them are good, don't get me wrong, but mixing in the pool with all the garbage we have right now, reducing the odds of getting what we want, yeah, that's just going to be more cost to us in terms of essence stones that we desperately need. And we're not getting a ton. We're getting a lot of rewards on mailbox, don't get me wrong. We're getting a ton of miscellaneous awards like shadow material. That's been coming around a lot. So I already claimed mine, but that's fine. But we haven't been getting too much essence. And that's why my essence reserves are so low. 969 on a pay-to-win account. Yeah, that's what I call pathetic. And that just shows you how badly the system needs revamping. If whales are complaining, you know for a fact things are getting bad. But again, in the comments, let me know if you're a light spender, what has your situation been like? If you're free to play and you're in that late game stage, how have things been like? Because I can tell you right now, everyone is going to suffer very soon. So you better hope this issue gets fixed fast. Otherwise, you are in the same boat as us and you'll never ever have any essence to spend on anything like summons ever again. It'll just go to your runes and blessing stones, which are detrimental to your account's progress. You need them. Otherwise, you're going to be cooked in so many game modes like Battlefield Time, where runes and blessing stones honestly make or break how you progress and the times you get. And again, the reason why this is so important is if we get brand new runes coming in, it'll be a very bad time. Imagine we have to do the same thing but with duplicate legendary runes. Yeah, that's not going to happen. The devs have to adjust this because I believe they have gone on record and stated new runes and blessing stone rarities are bound to come in the future, not right now. I think it was slated to come actually, I think towards the end of 2024, but that was put on pause. So in 2025, that could be a reality we face. So if this doesn't get changed, I don't know how it's going to look, how pay to win the game will seem. Just because getting another rarity with the already terrible rates in place for getting legendary runes, yeah, that's gonna ruin the game for a lot of us. So the devs hopefully will change it and hopefully they won't make that mistake. Otherwise, there's gonna be a lot of complaints out there. I can't even imagine how hard people are gonna complain because getting a brand new rune and blessing stone will become close to impossible. And just to show you what I mean, of course, here you go. A while back, images of higher tier runes were spreading through communities, and the devs were asked, are they being released or not? And the devs said in summary, basically, these are part of the development process, they're part of test kits, etc. And not all of this will be added into the game potentially, but just because there are no confirmed plans to introduce higher tiered runes, you can see, one thing we can confirm is that there are no plans to add new runes within this year. That doesn't mean next year, just this year, and well, this year is already on its end. But I guess the good thing is, based on what the devs did say here, even if higher tier runes are introduced into the future, we are in the initial stages discussing systems that would allow players to earn runes based on gameplay rather than through the current random acquisition method, but they've already technically added that in. These notes are a month old, and as you know, recently they added in the brand new story missions that do give you runes, but if that's all we have, yeah, that's not going to be the greatest. We are going to need more than that to get more runes coming in, because think about it, 3 legendary runes, and you have to fuse that up to a mythic, potentially whatever they want to call it, mythic, some other rarity, that's just the assumption. Usually mythic comes after legendary, but if that's the case, Could you imagine having 3 dupes, fusing them up, and failing based on the current system? That's... I don't even want to talk about that. They have to revamp it completely, add an insane pity. On those, it would have to be 3 at most. It can't be 5, it can't even be 10 or 15. If it's 15, I'm revolting. I'll be out with my pitchfork, doing my circles around the HQ saying no mythic runes. No mythic runes. We'll see what's to come. Hopefully good things. The devs aren't dumb. They know what they're doing. Hopefully they'll change the system, adjust it to make it more fair and accessible to every single player out there. But on that note, do not forget to support us and also extend your support. That way for next season you're ready. These are 4 codes right here that we got this season, and I already sent it out to all our supporters. Don't worry though, if you support now, you can still get them, so just support, don't think, and I'll make sure every single supporter gets their codes, and that includes the next season, which is going to start very soon. You want to support and extend your support, that way you can get all the future goodies we receive. But on that note, this is your Code King Zaf, signing out.